This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening to one and all present for the session today. I hope my voice is audible to all of you and the screen is also visible to all of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
right. And today, before I begin the session, today we are going to complete your tally program. Yes. So today is the last day. We are having the online classes. So here, with this day, we are going to complete the course. Okay, for your tally prime. So am I clear to all of you that today is the last day of your program, right? So from tomorrow there is no tally
Ma'am,
class.
will we have an exam for Tally?
What pa?
Will we have any exam for Tally?
The all the information will be communicated to you by your concerned faculty ma in the group, WhatsApp group, and also from the college. All the information will be provided to you. There is nothing to worry about it. Okay. uh, uh, all the information about the course, about the exams, about the certification. Is it clear?
Ma'am.
Yeah, okay. So, please confirm also your friends that today is the last day of the program, and from tomorrow there is no class for the online because you have completed the course as per the schedule. So, yeah. So yesterday, let's continue the session. So yesterday we had discussed about the TDS. We also passed entries for TDS. Now, let us go for the payments of
Excuse me, ma'am.
TDS. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, actually, yesterday I did not attend the class, so I went through the recorded class. I had a
Hmm.
small doubt in relation with TDS. So, will you clear it at the end of the class or now,
Yeah.
ma'am?
Now, what is the doubt you can ask me? Because I'm in the course of
Ma'am,
TDS and I may go for the other reports. Huh.
okay, no, actually, when I was passing the entry
Huh.
for the for Bhagwati Towers, the
Hmm.
amount when you were doing it was like 2,25,000, but for
Hmm.
me it was 2,50,000 itself. So I don't know where did I go wrong.
Probably when you are in the here see Alt G. I'll show you the ledger of Bhagavati Towers. Ledger, Alta Master. See here, what you have to do is, here you have to make it as yes. Deduct TDS in the same voucher. See if this is yes. Deduct TDS in the same voucher if it is yes. Then obviously it will take the automatic deduction, and the threshold limit also you should make sure that is what TDS nature of payments you would have created, right?
Yes.
uh, Rent of land and building here. Here it has to
Okay,
be 2 lakh 40. Is that clear?
okay, ma'am. Take it on.
Okay. So after passing the TDS based entries, now in the Tally software, where can we view the tax amount which has to be remitted to the government? We have to go to the display more reports from gateway of Tally, press enter on display more reports, and from display of reports we have statutory reports. Under statutory, below inventory we have statutory. Under that we have statutory reports. So press enter on statutory reports. Right, so here we have the GST as well as TDS reports. Both I'll discuss now. But first let me finish the discussion of TDS reports. Then obviously I have to come back to the GST reports. So first is TDS reports. Yes. So here you have Form 26Q and Form 27Q. So there are two forms which are applicable for the TDS based return. So form 26Q. So form 26Q is the form. Please do remember that. Which is the form applicable for TDS? It is form 26Q. Form 267Q is for the NRIs. What I'm talking here. So let me put up in the chart that form 26Q is for the residents of India. Form 27Q is for the non-residents of India. Okay. So form 26Q is for the residents. Form 27Q is for the NRIs, non-residents of India. Okay. Now based on that only, so both are subject for TDS. Yeah. Let's go back to the tally screen. So if you go to form 27Q, we don't find any instances because NRI based entries you have not passed and is not even subject to it. So if you go to form 26Q, we find the entries here. Yes, what we had passed for Bhagwati Towers. So you can just scroll down, come down here. Yes, so we had deducted TDS at a normal rate, right? It was exactly 10%. What is subject to TDS? So we'll press enter on that. Here, can you see here? Who is the party? Bhagwati Towers. Total taxable value was 4,50,000. Of course, twice we have passed the entries, right? So again, if you press enter on that, you get a breakup. So what is the amount which is subject to TDS? It is 25,000. Again, if you press enter, yes. So for the first one would appear 2,50,000. Yes. So the TDS payable to the government is 25,000. Okay. Now 25 for the one, 20, which means that in case if it is exceeding, not exceeding after the threshold limit is 25. Otherwise, if it has taken as 20,000 subject, it will be added. So totally it will be grossing of 245. But the actual payable amount of TDS to the government is 25,000. Okay. So we'll press the escape key. So this is how we check the report. So the TDS report for where we can find the tax details of TDS's form 26Q. Now also we have here TDS outstandings. Yes, so what did I just confirm now? What is the actual amount of TDS to be remitted to the government? It is 25,000. Yes. So here if you check, it is 25,000. This is the total amount of TDS what has to be remitted to the government. So again, I will show you to you from the gateway of Tally. Display more reports, statutory reports. We have TDS reports and we have here TDS outstandings. So here if you press enter, who is the party involved? Bhagwati Towers. 25,000 is the TDS to be remitted to the government. Okay. Yeah. So here now, how to remit TDS to the government? Yes, Pa. What's the doubt? Any doubt?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Tell me.
under TDS report, when I clicked on Form 26Q,
Hmm.
like there is nothing appearing. It's like the amount you had on your screen is not
Hmm.
appearing on my screen, like that 4,50,000.
So what you do is you press Alt F2, Pa.
Yes,
Alt F2. how to change the period, financial period. Okay, now there, sometimes it happens. So first you press the space bar, enter, space bar, enter.
Yes, ma'am. Even then, it is not appearing.
Even though, did you pass the entry yesterday?
Yes, ma'am. I passed the entry.
Okay, what we'll do is, we'll go back to the daybook. Why attention? We'll go back to the daybook, and there, if you're in the daybook, you can use F4 ma. F4 is voucher type. If you select voucher type, there you have journal voucher. We had used journal voucher to pass entries for Bhagwati Towers, right? So press enter on journal voucher. Now do you have the entry?
No, ma'am.
And then probably you would have not accepted the entry, I think. Otherwise it'll appear here. Hmm.
Then I do it again, ma'am. Sorry.
You have to pass it again, because if you accept the entry, it will not go anywhere. It will come here itself in the journal vouchers. So you do one thing, you pass it again, then obviously it will appear here. Once it appears here, it will also appear in your reports. Okay, nowhere it will go. So now, how to remit TDS to the government? What we'll do is, now for all the others, is the amount appearing in the TDS report? I just want to confirm. If it is not appearing, you can let me know. The same procedure itself. Right. Now, now to remit TDS to the government, we have to go to the vouchers. And what is the payment voucher functional key? It is F5. You can choose a bank payment voucher only. Yes. Choose a bank payment voucher.
Can you repeat it once from the first?
Vouchers. In vouchers, press F5. Did you get two options, bank payment and payment voucher? Hmm? Now select bank payment voucher. Now here what we are linked, ICICI Bank. Right? So here we have the bank payment voucher. Now we have to remit tax to the government. So please do it carefully. Listen and then do it carefully along with me. Now, let me assure first, all of you are in the bank payment voucher, or anyone is left behind?
Yes, ma'am.
What happened? Are you in the gateway of Tally?
Ma'am, we are in the bank payment voucher.
You're already in the bank. That's what I'm asking. Are you in the bank payment voucher now? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. Now, in the vertical button bar, you have an option called as autofill. Can you observe here? Control F, autofill is there. So select that autofill option. Now you'll get an autofill screen over here. What is it called as here? Stat payment. Stat payment means statutory payment. Payment to the government. So press enter. Now Tally will ask you which tax you're emitting to the government. Is it GST or is it TDS? So now what I'm remitting to the government? It is TDS. So select TDS. Here you have to be very careful, man. Actually, in the period from, we give the complete financial year, or if it was on a quarterly basis also, we give that particular quarter or month. But since here we are using a trial version, okay, what you have to do is you have to give us 1.4 and 2.4, which means 1st of April to 2nd of April, because here if you leave it as it is, or if you try to give the whole year, it will not allow you to go to the next feature, because Tally will communicate that you're showing for a wrong period, because we're using a trial based version of Tally. So what you have to do is 1st of April to 2nd of April you have to update. in the period feature. Okay. Once you update that, press enter. Now deducted till date will come as 2nd of April. Leave it. Deducted till date 2nd of April. Okay. Now,
Excuse me, ma'am.
uh,
Ma'am,
yes, pa.
I'm not able to go to the next, ma'am. If I give enter, it's not allowing me to go, ma'am.
A period from what is there, pa?
I have given 1st of April to 2nd of April, ma'am.
Okay. It is not allowing to come here. It is stuck up here only.
Yes, ma'am.
So what you do? 1st of April to 1st of April you give. Now you try to press enter.
No,
Now
ma'am.
it no. Okay, you do one thing. Start payment. Enter TDS. Now again you refresh. Put it as 1st of 1.4. Here again 2.4. You try again. 2.4.
Yes, ma'am. I got it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Apa.
I had the same issue, but
Hmm.
I am not able to click enter from the deducted till date. Like 1 April to 2 April, then I clicked enter, but
Hmm.
after that, I'm not able to click enter from deducted till date.
What date you have given, pa? The deducted till date.
2 4.
Okay, 1.4 you do. Now you're able to get down.
Yes, ma'am.
That's it. And now when you're able to get down, section is automatically appearing as 194I.
Yes, ma'am.
Then it is fine. See, certain times what would have happened, we would have passed on 1st or 2nd of April because these two are the only dates where we can pass the entries. So, which means it is we did not date sensitive even tallies because wrong dates, wrong period will not allow you to pass the entry. So now, when the section comes, just press enter. Nature of payment will come automatically. Rent of land and building.
Ma'am, for the
Ma'am,
Ah,
deducted
hmm.
payment, what did you tell it to, ma'am?
What? Pa? Deducted
For
till
the
date.
deducted till, yes, ma'am.
You put as 1st of April. Press enter. It will come down. Once it comes down, 194I should come instantly. Or first you try with 2nd of April. If it doesn't allow you to step down, put it as 1st of April. That's all.
It's not
ma'am, for
allowing
me,
both the thing, ma'am.
Huh?
It's not allowing 1st of April and as well as the 2nd of April, ma'am.
It should allow actually. 2021, is it there or 20 is there? 20 if it is
21,
there again.
21,
uh,
ma'am. But
so you
in
do one thing.
deducted till date, I'm getting 22, ma'am.
So what you do is 2nd of April you type it. 2nd of April 2021 full you type.
Okay, ma'am.
Then it will come. Yes, pa. Now 194I. All of you are getting the nature of payment, rent of land and building. If you're getting, press
yes.
yes.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Good. Yes, pa.
Ma'am, I am not getting that section number 1,
190.
19.4 I.
Okay. Now, deducted till date is appearing 2nd of April 21.
Yes, ma'am,
Huh?
I took 1st of April.
So 2nd of April not it's not allowing to step down.
Yes, ma'am, if I take 2nd of April, it's not allowed.
So 1st of April if you step down, 194I is coming because when we are creating the TDS nature of payments, I had given the section. Had you given the section when we are creating TDS nature of payment?
And that's the problem, ma'am. When
Yes,
I
ma'am.
created the TDS issues, I had a lot of issue because even the entry I was not able to pass, and
Hmm.
I had a lot of issues in passing TDS, ma'am.
Then it will not appear here. No? Because only when you pass the entry, it will appear here. Or I'll do one thing. Let me finish off this payment process. Probably for the ones who had a trouble in passing a TDS entry, we'll pass again a new one. Is that fine?
So if I don't pass this autofill entry, is it fine? I'll
Don't,
pass
don't.
it in the end.
Sure,
Okay,
sure,
ma'am.
sure, sure. Done. So for the others who are able to get this, you clear it off. Rent of land and building. Deductee status, give it as all items. Don't choose company, non-company. Just give it as all items. Residential status, resident. Now I'm holding in the screen itself. All of you are able to get. If you have not passed the TDS entry, it is the other issue. This screen you will not get. If you have passed the TDS entry successfully in the yesterday's session, this screen you will get it. You will have to get it. So now what you do is, once you get everything, press enter. Yes. This is the TDS on rent 25,000 will automatically. Now I have not typed the amount of 25,000. Whatever the TDS amount was deducted from the rent payable to Bhagwati Towers, the amount will be reflected automatically, which you can observe here. Okay, so press enter as usual. How are you remitting tax to the government? Are you giving a check or you're making a refund transfer to the government account? You can choose the option. Now here I have had check. So I'll press enter on check 25,000. I'll give the check number here. Instrument date 2nd April. Being payment or being TDS for the period I'll give, because actually it will be like monthly, quarterly, it goes on. How we file the returns. Here I cannot give this period specification because it's like first and second we are passing. So I'll just give it as being TDS for the period remitted to the government. That's it. So once you type the narration, pass the entry. So accept, yes. So this is the way we pass the payment voucher for remitting tax to the government. And once you pass the payment voucher remitting tax to the government, what you have to do is, now we have to take the print of the TDS Challan. So what you have to do is, you have to go to the daybook. If all of you have passed, finished passing the entry, please go to the daybook from Gateway of Tally and choose the bank payment voucher where we had made TDS payment on rent. Press enter and reopen the same voucher which we had passed just now. And over here, now how to print a TDS challan. Can you see in the horizontal button bar, we have an option called as print over here. So what is the function shortcut key for this? It is Alt P. We have a single line beneath it. It is Alt P, the print option. Okay. So if you click on Alt P, you get an option as current others configuration. So what you have to do is you have to choose current. Click on current and you get three options: configure, preview and print. Okay, so if you want any add-on features in the challan, you can go for configure if you wish to. Already all the features would have been by default configured. Okay, so you can just press the escape key and you can go directly to print if printer is attached to your system. So if printer is attached to your system, you can go for the print directly, or As of now, you can just select preview option. Okay, select the preview option. You get the TDS tax challan. It will be in a small format. So to zoom this particular challan, what we have to do is we have to press Alt Z. So press Alt Z. Yes. And this is the challan you get for TDS. And what is the name of the challan? It is ITNS 281 challan. Please do remember this. So the TDS challan is ITNS 281 challan. Okay. And here only you can see what is the assessment here as of now. It is 2022 2023. Okay, so this is the assessment here. So you just scroll using the mouse. Yes, so here you can see name, TAN number of the company, name of the company, state, telephone number, pin code, and what is the amount of TDS in what case of any cess penalties that will also be focused here. So just scroll down, you have the complete TDS challan over here existing. Okay, this is only important for all of you to know, that is, this is the TDS tax challan ITNS 281 challan. So I put up also here that what is the TDS tax challan is ITNS 281 challan. Okay, so all of you have got this TDS tax challan in your screens.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so press the
Yes,
escape.
ma'am.
Very good. Press the escape key, come back to the gateway of Tally. Yes. Now I would repeat for the ones, or for all others also, you can repeat another entry where it will be a small revision. Of course, TDS payment and all you can regulate it, right? Now we'll take a small illustration for TDS, what I had done yesterday. So let's check out for TDS on plant and machinery. Now, yes, in the last class we had done for land and building. Now we can take plant and machinery. And what is the TDS applicable rate for plant and machinery? It is 2%. 10% is for land and building. 2% is for plant and machinery. Okay. So I'll put up the illustration here. The company has to pay rent of rupees 2,75,000 to MRN Enterprises, MRN Enterprises towards the rent of plant and machinery, plant and machinery. The rent is subject to 2% TDS. Okay. So the rent is subject to 2% TDS. Now here only I'll give the brief up. So first of all, what is step 1? You have to create the TDS nature of payment, and let's start with that. Now yes, you can repeat along with me. Now first what do? I'll go to the create option from gateway of Tally. In the create option, I will go to TDS nature of payments. So TDS nature of payments I'll go, and here I will type of rent on plant and machinery. Rent of plant and machinery. What is the section? We will just have a check. Yeah, 2% TDS as I told. It's 194I. Can you see here? Rent of plant machinery is 2% TDS on the rent amount paid. Yes, and here also you can observe that this is actually the old rate, crosses 2,40,000. So here, yes, without reduction you have 20% TDS. So I'll give a better clarity for you. Yes, this will help you out. So TDS on rent, of course, we have is, yes, so 2,40,000 as of now. Previous it was 1,80,000. Now here the same section will follow 194I. So what you can do is 194I. As I told, payment code and remittance code will be updated only when we go and remit the tax to the government with the Challan. So directly you can go for the tax 2%. Without PAN is the same. It is 20 itself. It is not like double 4%, 4%. No. With PAN 2%. Without PAN is 20. And we will take the threshold limit is old it was 1.8 lakh. Yes, it was old 1.8 lakh. Now it is 2,40,000. So the ones who are, again I'm repeating it, the ones who are not able to get the previous TDS based entries which I had shown you, please create the TDS nature of payment. So this time we are doing for rent of plant and machinery. So please update the TDS nature of payment. Accept. Now, once we create the TDS nature of payment, what is the next step? We have to create 3 ledgers, correct? So what is the first ledger we have to create? Party ledger. Ledgers. Under that, the first one is the party ledger. Now, to which party the rent has to be paid? MRN Enterprises. Now, what is he? Sundry creditors. Second is expense ledger. Expense ledger is already there, but we have to alter it actually. Rental charges, which we can alter it. And third is TDS on expense ledger. This is also there. Again, here we have to make the change. TDS on rental charges. Okay. So these 3 ledgers are to be created. So first we'll create for MRN Enterprises. So let me go to the ledger MRN Enterprises, sundry creditors. Is TDS deductible? Yes. Company resident you can choose. The deductee type, company resident. The deduct TDS is same voucher. Yes. And don't forget to give the PAN number of MRN. Provide PAN details. Yes. And as I told, you can give the GST registration if he is registered under GST. That is left to you. 5 alphabets, 4 numbers. 2 alphabets, 1 number. Suppose he is also registered supplier under GST. If not, you can just give it as unknown or leave it blank. So set and alter GST as yes. Here there is nothing to change. Press Ctrl A. Yeah. Opening balance, nothing. Accept, yes. So I'll just leave it for a couple of seconds. You can just review whatever I've done and you can create the party ledger. Accept, yes. Now we're done with the party ledger. Since we already have the rental charges ledger, directly we can go to the alter master. So what do? I press the escape key. I'm back to the gateway of Tally. So here I'll go to the alter, or as I told, Alt G, alter master. Anything is okay. So here, gateway of Tally alter, in alter ledger. In ledger we have what? Rental charges. Rental charges. Press enter on rental charges. Not applicable. Here you have to change. You have to change the nature of payment from rent of land and building to rent of plant and machinery. So switch on from rent of land and building to rent of plant and machinery. Press enter. Yeah, make sure this applicable from is from 1st of April itself. If it is showing any other date, please put it back as 1st of April only. Press enter. Yes. So this is how your screen should appear for rental charges. Accept, yes. Now, next, which is the next ledger? We have TDS on rental charges. Same thing. If you shift from rent of land and building to rent of plant and machinery, nothing else to change. Everything else remains the same. So Control A or accept. Accept, yes.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Hmm.
Ma'am,
Yes.
won't the name change, ma'am, for this one? Won't it be TDS on expense?
No, rent only. No, we are paying for plant and machinery. So TDS on rent only I will
Okay,
retain.
ma'am.
Why to create a new ledger?
Okay,
You
ma'am.
can just change the head. That's nature of payment. Enough.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So accept, yes. Now all the three ledgers are ready. Now what is the voucher we have to pass? Journal voucher. So what you do? Vouchers. Now which voucher? F7 journal voucher. Now do it carefully. F7 journal voucher. Now make sure the date what it is F2. How to change the current date, as I have told you in the initial classes. Again, I'm repeating it. F2 to change the voucher date. Please put it up as 1st of April. Put it up as 1st of April. Press enter. Even though if it is showing some other date, press F2. Change the date to 1st of April. Press enter. Now, what is the format of the ledger I've had given us? Debit expense ledger, credit party ledger, credit TDS on expense ledger. So first is debit expense ledger, debit rental charges. Now what is the amount of rental charges here? It is 2,75,000. Yes, ma'am. What is it out? Up 2,75,000 here. Credit. Now who is the party here? MRN Enterprises. Can you see? Now I think I hope all of you have got this. There is an automatic deduction of TDS. 2,75,000 I put up as rental charges. So when I select MRN Enterprises as the party ledger, in the credit column it will come as 2,69,500. Now press enter. It will take you to the bill wise details.
After clicking, after debiting the rental charge, if I click enter, they're asking for the tax classification details. So,
Press enter, pa. Just press enter,
okay,
tax
ma'am.
classification. So when you come to the bill wise details, choose it as new reference and don't give the name. You can give it as MRN. Enough. MRN you give. Not required any credit period. 2,75,000. Now again, if you press enter, it will go to the new reference. Type again as MRN, and here you will get the tax amount. So I think probably if I refresh, if I deviate it, will not give me a second. Because if you're in the course of passing, it will take continuously. If I try to change here or there, it will not allow me to pass. 2,75,000 MRN Enterprises. So new reference MRN. Like this, you have to get the bill wise details. Press enter. Now here, TDS on rental charges. That's it. Being rent on plant and machinery subject to TDS at 2%. So after typing the narration, you can pass the entry. Accept, yes. Now for the ones who had a problem in getting for land and building, now are you able to get now when I'm repeating the entry?
Ma'am,
Accept.
Yes, ma'am.
NRN entries,
Okay.
can you show it again once more?
Huh? No, it's already
MRN
been put up
entry.
in the. It's already been put up in the screen. I've not exited it. Or I'll do one thing. See here. Debit rental charges. Have you put up 2,75,000 in the amount column?
Yes, ma'am.
Press enter. Credit MRN Enterprises. Have you selected MRN?
Ma'am.
Now, what is the amount appearing in your screen?
69,000.
Have you got it now? Now, when you get the bill-wise details, now it will not come for me again because it's only one time. But it will come first as new reference. In the name, give it as MRN. No credit period. Directly it will go to the 2,75,000. Now again, if you press enter, come down, again it will take it as new reference. Party is MRN. No due date. 5,500. This much you're able to get the breakup. Press enter. Now select TDS on rent. If you select TDS on rent ledger, the TDS amount will be automatically represented over here. That's all. Then type the
Yes,
narration as,
ma'am.
got it? Good. Now type the narration as being rent on plant and machinery, subject to TDS at 2%. Accept, yes. Now you have passed the journal voucher. Now you have to pass two vouchers now. One payment voucher to make payment to MR Enterprises. Second payment voucher to pay tax to the government. So first what we'll do is we will go to the bank payment voucher or only payment voucher, however you're comfortable. But since as I told we had created a bank payment voucher, we can go for the same. So press F5. Once you press F5, you have two options. Only a bank payment voucher and a payment voucher. You can go for the bank payment voucher. ICICI Bank, I've selected. Right. So now what I have to do is here I have to remit tax to the rent to MR Enterprises. So what would I do is in the particulars column, I will select MRN Enterprises. So space bar MRN, select MRN Enterprises. So what is the amount to be paid to MRN? It is 2,69,500. But in my ICICI Bank, I'm having only 2,20,150. Now I'm having a insufficient balance, but still on spot, can I check the bank balances of the other bank? Suppose other than ICICI Bank, I'm having some other bank as my company's bank account.
Yes,
How could
ma'am.
I do it? So
All
Alt G, good Alt G. So go to cash or bank book
Cash and
and
bank account.
yes. So here you have Canara, ICICI. Now, I only in ICICI Bank I'm having a big amount. Probably I can use for cash. I can terminate cash or I can do one job now. Now, usually the such heavy payments involve check or refund transfers. Now, I can deposit the funds to ICICI Bank if I'm having insufficient balance. So what do? I make a fund transfer to ICICI Bank by using a contra voucher. The first voucher what you learned. Now, how can I do it on spot? As usual, Alt G, go to option. From the cash or bank summary only, you go to Alt G, go to option, and over here, go to create voucher. Select create voucher. Press enter on create voucher. Now, what is the functional key for a contra voucher? It is
F4.
F4. So press F4. Good. Now, if I have to fund transfer to ICICI Bank or the bank which you have chosen, what should be the credit aspect? Is it cash or bank? It is cash. Credit what goes out, right? So credit cash. So I'm transferring 2 lakhs from my of my balance.
Excuse
Now
me, ma'am.
depending upon, huh?
Ma'am, if I have an excess amount in ICICI Bank, like we need 269, and if I have
Hmm.
289, so I don't need to pass this
No,
entry,
no, no,
right?
no, no. Not required. Not required.
Okay.
Because I am running out of. I mean, in my bank, I'm running out of balance, so I'm passing this. If you're having more than 2,69,000, you can just observe. Okay. So here for me, it's a task. I want sufficient money. So debit ICICI Bank 2 lakhs. Now see what's my current balance now. 4,20,150. So cash.
Ma'am, in the cash I have only current balance is 85,850.
Ah. So what is the bank balance you're having to pay your TDS amount? Check what is your bank balance, ma. See, you must have 2,69,500, correct? Ah. Or you can do one more thing.
Yes.
You can transfer from one bank to the other bank. Got it right. Now here I'm doing a cash transfer to ICICI Bank. Suppose if any other bank is having 1 lakh or something or more than that, you can
Ma'am,
transfer
yes,
from.
ma'am. SBI Bank.
Huh? Yeah.
Ma'am, SBI Bank have.
Huh. So a fund transfer from SBI Bank to the current bank from which you're making. You use the check only, it's fine. So like you're issuing a check for the fund transfer, go for it. Now you should be you have a grip on contra vouchers now. Either a cash transfer or a bank transfer. Anything is okay. Okay, so 2 lakh. Now bank name I need not give because I'm using cash here. Suppose if I'm using a bank, then I have to give the bank here. So being funds transferred or deposited. Anyhow we can use. I'll use deposited only, wait. Deposited into ICICI Bank. Accept, yes. So now I'm having sufficient fund transfers. My job is done. So now I have to go back and clear the payments, right? So I'll press escape key. Now if I see my ICICI Bank is having how much now? 4,20,150. So I'll press the escape key again. I'll come back to the same bank payment voucher. So now I can, if I check here, my ICICI Bank is having 4,20,150. Okay. So now how much I have to pay to MRN? 2,69,500. So type 2,69,500. Press enter. It will always come against reference because against the bill I would be making a payment. So against reference, enter, only enter, nothing else. Against reference, if I'm giving a check, give the check number. Check date always you take it as 1st of April. Being payment towards rent of
Can you
plant
repeat
and
it?
machinery made. What is? Did you choose a bank payment voucher?
Yes, ma'am.
Does your account have sufficient bank balance to 2,69,500?
Yes, ma'am.
Now choose the party ledger. Particulars. Choose MRN Enterprises.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, now type the amount 2,69,500 in the amount column.
Yes, ma'am.
Now press enter. Or you'll get the bill-wise details that against reference will come.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all. Enter, enter, enter. We'll come back to the main screen. Bank payment voucher. Then obviously you select as check. Give the check
Yes, ma'am,
number.
I got.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Accept, yes. Now we have cleared the payment for MR Enterprises. Now we have to pay the tax. Now how did I view the tax TDS outstandings? I go to the gateway of Tally. I go to the display more reports. Under display more reports, I go to the statutory reports. Under statutory reports, I have to go to the TDS reports. In TDS reports, I have to go to the TDS outstandings or Form 26Q. Anything is okay. So for as I told, Form 26Q is the TDS report TDS form, which is subject to tax. So 26Q. 27Q is for the NRIs. So I'll go to the TDS outstandings directly, press enter. And what is the amount to be paid of TDS? It is 5,500. This much has to be remitted to the government. Now, now you can only practically exercise, right? As of now, we are in the TDS outstandings report. Should I go back to the gateway of Tally and select the vouchers? From here only, I will select Alt G,
Alt
Alt
G.
create voucher, and I will go for the bank payment voucher. So irrespective of wherever I'm in the Tally, I can use Alt G. Now I have to pay TDS to the government, right? Now which is the option we used for the last entry? Autofill option. Control F. So press Control F. If you press Control F here, now you get the stat payment screen, statutory payment. In short, it will be given as stat payment. Press enter on stat payment. Now what you have to select as TDS. So select TDS here, and it will default, it will show 1st of March to 31st of March. Please change it to 1st of April to 2nd of April. In case if it is showing as 22, make sure both has to be 21. Please be very,
Ma'am,
very careful. Yes,
ma'am,
ma'am.
can you repeat this again?
From where? Are you in the bank payment voucher?
Yes, ma'am.
Control F you give bar. Autofill option. Control F.
Okay, ma'am.
Hmm.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, done. So here, period from 1st of April to 2nd of April you take. Deducted till date, try for 2nd of April first. Try for 2.4, 2nd of April. See, I'm pressing enter. It is not allowing me to go down. Yes. So what do? I'll come back to 1st of April only because of this date clash. So choose type back as 1st of April. Nothing, there's no problem. Can you see now? It will allow me to move down. Now for the one who was not getting this 194i, one of you had a doubt. Is it clear now? Now are you able to get the section automatically? You have to
Yes,
get it.
ma'am. I'm able to get
Very
it.
good.
Yes.
Fantastic. So section, here there's nothing to worry. Keep on pressing enter. Enter. It'll automatically come rent of plant and machinery. Enter. Deductee status. Give it as all items. Not an issue. Residential status, resident. Enter. That's it. So here this way you remit TDS to the government. Hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Getting the section.
Hmm. You're getting the section?
I am not getting the section. I retried from the first again, but I'm not getting the section.
See, check the period from and deducted till date. I've put up the screen here again. See, probably only because of the date you will not be getting. Otherwise, that's why I'm telling 2021 you see or 22. If it is 2022 also it will not appear. I've put up the screen again. You can just cross check.
Ma'am,
In
in
case
case while entering the rent in the first, when we are entering for the rent of machinery, in case if I enter the section wrong over there, will it not show up here?
No, but section what you have put up there, like some section you have entered, right? Whether it is 194 or
Yes, ma'am, it
194.
is 194I itself
Huh.
showing here.
Hmm. So press enter. No, my question is period from you just check pa. 1st of April 21 to 2nd of April 21 have you given there? Check the financial period from date. It should be 1st to 2nd.
Okay,
Deducted
ma'am.
till date. Deducted till date. First check for 2nd of April. Now see, I will give it as 2nd of April. See what happens. It will catch me hold here itself. It will not, you're giving the wrong date. In case if you're able to move step down, it's well and fantastic. Otherwise,
I can step down,
give,
but I'm not getting the section, ma'am. From the section, I'm not able to step down.
so you do one thing. Deducted till date, give it as 1st of April back. And then you press enter, still 194 is not coming.
Still, it's not appearing.
Then probably
Recheck
TDS
once
station.
again and I'll do it, ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay. You can do it. But anyways, my recordings will be available from the beginning. Step by step, you check and pass the entry. That's it. Just a second. So like this, we remit tax to the government. Now all of you are able to pass the payment voucher for 5,500.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Good. Right. So I think I have to pass it again. It just got suddenly shut down. Control F. See, I'm working it again. TDS. Check 5,500. Put up the check number. That's it. Being rent on plant and machinery for the period remitted to the government. Type the narration and pass the entry. Okay, so this is the way you go for it. So I hope you're clear with the TDS entries. Okay, now we will discuss about the GST reports for which we had passed purchase voucher, sales vouchers, and all that. So GST first, I'll give a theoretical information here about the reports. Now we have three reports in GST. We have GSTR 1. GSTR 1 is contains the details of inward supplies. Outward supplies. If I talk about GSTR2, contains the details of inward supplies. GSTR, we have 3B actually, one more, which contains the details of both the inward and the outward supplies under GST. This is a brief discussion. Already you have passed the return, vouchers. So how do you go for the reports? What each report will give you the detail of what I've given here, where GSTR1 is contains the details of the outward supplies, GSTR2 contains the details of the inward supplies, GSTR3B contains the details of both the inward and the outward supplies under GST. So it contains both. Outward supplies means what? Nothing but sales. Sale. Here, purchase. Here, both. Both sale and purchase. So we have all three details here: GSTR1, GSTR2, and we have GSTR3B. Now, how the same do we view in Tally? We had checked the TDS reports, right? In the same way, we'll go to display more reports, and here we go back to the statutory reports, and the first one only you have GST reports. So we'll go to the GST reports, press enter on the GST reports, and here can you see the first three are there: GSTR1, GSTR2, and GSTR3B. So if you go to GSTR1, it will mark all the outward supplies. Okay, as of now it will show you the nil rated invoice, but we can see the complete histories in case when we are using the a licensed version, and we can also connect our TallyPrime software if I'm a licensed user, and the link can be established with the GST portal. For that, a specific permission procedure is there. So if that is there, from here only I can also file my returns. That is also very much possible, because if you see on the vertical button bar, can you see here we have open GST portal Alt V. If you click on that, you can directly log in through the username and password in the GST portal itself. Now it will not show because directly I'm logging in through a connection of Wi-Fi, so it will not allow me. Otherwise, you can just see that it will directly put you up over there. Okay. Now I'll press the escape key. Now I have GSTR2 over here. Okay. Now in the GSTR2, can you see GSTR2 records all the inward supplies? Now if you just press enter, and you see here all your supplies are there: Shriram Traders, Swati Enterprises, Pillai Traders, Shipra, Sahana Vincent. Nothing. How would I go about this? I'll go for the B2b invoices. Yeah, so I'll just press enter on B2b invoices. I'll get all the details. So total, you also get the input tax credit so far availed from the purchases. Tax credit of whatever tax has been paid on the purchase. Right? And what is this minus part? The debit note. Yes, if you all remember that we had gone for a deduction of CGST and SGST on the course of passing a debit note on account of purchase returns. So if you use your navigation keys and move towards the right, you can get the complete detail. Okay. And what is this GSTR3B? Yes, as I told, you get both inward and the outward supplies. So just press enter. It'll again give you a breakup. Again, if you press enter on outward taxable supplies, yes, you get a complete detail of your tax. I'll show it to you again. GSTR3B, press enter on the outward and the inward supplies liable to reverse charge. Then go for the outward taxable supplies only. Press enter on that. Yes. So you get the complete details over here. How much is CGST deducted, SGST or IGST involved, what is the total tax amount, okay, and who is the party involved, his GST registration number. Complete detail will be given up for you here. Is okay. So here we have the GSTR21, GSTR2, and GSTR3B. It's not, I mean, very much important for you to learn. Okay, so we can just take a break of a couple of minutes and then we can resume the session.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah. So hope all of you are back after the break. Okay, so now we will discuss about one more minor feature, or I can say, which is how to create currencies in Tally. So actually, by default, we have Indian currency. This all of us know. In addition to that,
Excuse me,
yes,
ma'am.
huh,
Ma'am, before you start this new entry, you said that I should give it as not applicable for the rounding method. Even for
huh,
the percentage of calculation, I should give it as not applicable 0%.
yes,
Okay,
because
ma'am. Thank you.
percentage of calculation we have already given in the TDS nature of payment. So again, we will not
No,
give it
ma'am,
up there.
this is, I am doing it actually during my CGST. I had some mistakes, so
Same,
I just
same,
want to
same,
clarify.
same, same.
Okay,
In both the cases, it is same.
okay, ma'am. Thank
Okay. So here, if I talk about the creation of currencies in Tally, now how do you create currencies? Now, before I give you the details of the codes for the creation of currencies, I would like to make one thing clear for all of you that in case you're having the numeric pad separately in your laptop, then you can work for it. Otherwise, you have to attach an external keyboard for that, and you can create the currencies. Okay, only if you have the numeric pad separately in your laptop, it's fine. Otherwise, if you don't have it, you have to attach an external keyboard, and then you have to create the currencies. So there's nothing to, I mean, there is no issue of it. Or now, as of now, you have all the data with you, then you can create the currencies. Fine. Right. So let me give you all the information here. We have a code called as Ascii code. Ascii is nothing but the code for creating currencies, which stands for American American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Okay. So this is American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Okay. Now this code, which are the codes for the currencies? Now here I'll give two columns. Okay, Ascii code. And second we have is this, what currency will appear. Okay. So the first one we have is, we'll start with the Indian currency. You need not create it. Even though you create also, even though you would attempt to create also, you can't create because it has already been created. But I'll give the ASCII code for the Indian currency. We'll start with the Indian currency only. It is control plus 4. If you press control plus 4, you will get the INR, nothing but the Indian rupees. As I told, there's not to create again. It is just for the sake of your coding information what I'm giving you actually. Okay. Now, what is the next code we have is for dollars. That is, I'm having shift plus 4. Actually, 4 is a symbol for dollars. So dollars you can try out. Dollars you can try out irrespective of your laptop setup. Shift plus 4 you can try. I will teach you. Next is Alt plus 157. Alt plus 157 is for the yen, creation of yen. And Alt plus 156 is for the creation of pound. And finally, Alt plus 0128 is for the creation of euros. Okay? Yes. So these are the ASCII codes for the creation of the respective currencies. So the first one, we are not creating it. For the second one, I would show you for dollars, shift plus 4. How to create currencies in Tally. From gateway of Tally, we'll go to the create option. Now the last one we have is here currencies. Before voucher type, you have currencies. So select currencies over there. Now can you see up what it will show? Currency rupees exists by default. Do you want to alter the rupee currency or create a new one? So I'm not creating again the Indian currency because it will exist by default. So what would I do is I would go for create new. Now you have the symbol column over here, and what you have to do, you have to press shift plus 4 together. So if you press shift and 4 together, you can get the dollar symbol. Formal name is dollar. Okay, what is the ISO currency code? Everything as per the current RBI update you can give. Okay, so what is the ISC currency code update? Everything that can be given. As of now, I'm just teaching you how to create the currencies along with the symbols. I mean the ASCII codes. Okay. The rest of all, no need to alter because the features are already activated by default. In case you would wish to change the decimal places or suffix a symbol to amount yes, then you could do it. Otherwise, this is more than sufficient when you're creating the currencies in Tally. So once you create currencies, Control A or accept it. Like that you can create it. So one more I will show you is yen, that is Alt and 157. So I'll press the Alt key. While pressing the Alt key in the number pad, in the numeric pad, I will press 157 and I will release my Alt key. Then I'll get as yen. So the formal name is yen, like this. So accept. So if you're doing
Ma'am,
it in
I'm
your,
not getting it.
no, that's what I'm told, Pam. If you're using your laptop, if you're having a separate numeric pad in your laptop, then you're able to do it. Are you having a separate numeric pad, or the ones, the keys which are appearing on the top, the numerics like
Ma'am, I
120?
got it. I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
What you have to do is while pressing the Alt key only, you have to type 157 and then release the Alt key. Okay, so Control A. Next you have, for pounds you have Alt 156. See, I am pressing the Alt key in my keyboard, and in the numeric pad I type 157. And now I will release the Alt key. So now, sorry, 156. Sorry.
Ma'am,
It's Alt.
156.
Sorry, my heroes. I went back to yen again. It is pounds pa. 156 is pounds. Then last is euros. And then country. So here we have euro. Accept, yes. And next we have is this. I think I'd made it 1 minute. I think uh, just a second. Probably by mistake I would have I've made it as euros. It's pounds. We have to create euros. So Control A. And now we have to create euros. So I'll go to create currency. And next is Alt 0128. Alt 0128. This is euros.
Can you
Accept, yes.
repeat it all?
Alt 0128. Wait, I'll show you the table here. Yeah. Alt 128, it's for euros. Can you see here?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. So like that you can create. These are all like the I can say the last bits of information. So I'm just discussing with you like this. You can create currencies. As of now, these are the ASCII codes for the creation of currencies like yen, euros, dollars, pounds, and all. So this is how you can create the currencies. And of course, when it comes to the alteration, as usual, how you used to alter the ledgers and all that, right? In the same fashion, you can go and alter the currencies as well. Select dollars. Yeah, this is the ledger currency alteration window. This is. So here, if you have the standard rate, the selling rate, and the buying rate. Now, all these three rates are fixed by the RBI. This all of you would be aware of it, right? The Reserve Bank of India. So there, actually, per day, of course, we keep. I mean, we keep on checking the rates. Yeah, on export and import, like when we are exporting any if I'm an exporter, or if I'm going to import any products or services, so what is the current the currency rates, so that will be getting updated by the Reserve Bank of India. So that's why, to see, if you observe, for every column it is given as first is date, specified rate, date, specified rate, date, and specified rate for all three: standard, selling, and the buying rates. Because the currency rate is not the same, right? This all of us know that. So based on that, we can update it. That's it. So in case if we have rates of exchange, so what is the last selling rate and the buying rate along with the standard rate also we can put up here. So all these things can be done. So this is in short, I taught you about currencies. We cleared the GST reports, the TDS reports, and most important, please do have a grip on what are all the default creations in Tally. I think I've told you long back, I've kept on repeating whenever I have done how many default groups are there, how many default ledgers are there, what is the default cost category, the location or the go down, how many voucher types are there. All these things, how can you view? You can view in chart of accounts. Now, if you view in the chart of accounts, it will not show the exact number because we've already created n number of ledgers and vouchers. What you can do is you can create a new company, and before passing or creating any ledger, you can just move on to the chart of accounts, and from the groups until go downs, you can view all the default creations what are already existing in the Tally software. Okay. So what you can do, you can create a new company, and before passing any entry, you can directly go to the alter or chart. Anything would be okay. Either alter option or chart of accounts. If you press enter, you can view the default groups. Now groups will not change whether you have passed the entries or you have not. Groups number will remain constant, 28 groups. But if I go for the ledgers, now how much it is showing now? 67 ledgers so far we have prepared. But by default, there are only two ledgers. Which are there? Which are the two default ledgers? One is
Cash, ma'am.
and cash and
Bank account.
no,
Bank.
no,
Sales.
Profit and
no.
loss.
Very good.
Profit
It
and
is
loss.
profit. Yes, cash and profit and loss account. So that's why what you can do is you can create a new company and you can check over all the default creations. Okay. Now I'll move to certain important updates for you. Like if you go, like you can export the data actually. Like now currently all of you can go to the daybook here, press enter on the daybook. Okay, press enter on the daybook, and here now one thing you should know, if you want to get any detailed report of anything. Now I want to have a detailed report of my daybook. I think a couple of times I've told you, you have to press alt F1. If you press alt F1, you get the complete detail of the daybook. Now I want to view the complete transactions. I think I've told you a couple of minutes back. What you do is you have to press alt F2. Alt F2 is used to change the current period. Okay, so spacebar, enter, spacebar, enter. So you get all your transactions. And once you get all your transactions, what you have to do is you have to press Alt F1. Alt F1, if you press, you will get a detailed report of anything. It can be a daybook, a balance sheet, a profit and loss account, whichever report you want, you get a detailed breakup. Now, this, if you want to export it to any format, let's say I want to export it to the Excel or in the PDF format. How do I go for it? If you can observe here in the horizontal button bar, you have as Alt E export option. Alt E export option is there. In that, you have as current. So press enter on current, Alt E, and here go to C configure. C for configure, press enter. Once you press enter, using the navigation keys, press down. I'll repeat it again. Now you're in the daybook. Press Alt E. Alt E is for export. Select current, C for configure, and use the navigation keys and move down. Come to the file format. Once you come to the file format, press enter. Yes, this is the one you have to all of you know that how many file formats are supported in the Tally software. If you want to export the data, it is 6 formats are supported. That is ASCII, Excel, HTML, JPEG, PDF, and XML. This all of you should know that how many file formats are being supported. There are 6 file formats being supported for the export of data from the TallyPrime software, and these are the 6 formats. Now if we select one of them here, let's say I'm selecting PDF. Okay, so I'll select PDF here. Once I select PDF, I will press Ctrl A. I'll press Ctrl A so the changes are saved. Then what do I do is I will select it as send. If I press enter on send, you have to wait for a few seconds. Yes, so here you have the PDF document of your daybook. This you can save. Later on, you can take a printout. You can do it for anything, for a balance sheet, P&L account, any report you can go for it. Now I'll show for a balance sheet again. Now we have balance sheet in the reports column, right? Take a balance sheet. Again, press Alt F1. Get a detailed report of your balance sheet.
This is the balance sheet.
Yes, but this is the balance sheet. Liabilities and assets we have right here. So press Alt F1. You get a detailed report of your balance sheet. Okay. Now here, what you have to do is you have to press Alt T. Alt export, go to the current option and go to the configure. In the configure option, go straight to the file format. Press enter. So you can choose PDF, or if I want to choose Excel also, I can choose. So I'm choosing Excel here. Press enter on Excel and Control A. Then you can go for send. Now my balance sheet would be exported to the Excel file. So maximize it. Like this you can go ahead. Okay. So this is how we export the data in Tally. Suppose if I'm having a licensed version, I can also send the email of the reports. Right now, I would not in a position to show because we're using a trial version. Otherwise, we can also send emails from our company to any of the clients or the customers if I'm having a licensed version and email. I think print I've shown you a couple of times where we can, if you press Alt P, it'll go to the print, then you can select current to go for the print option. And of course, you go to option. I think I've told you a couple of times that irrespective of whichever screen I am operating, I can open a report, create a voucher, alter a master, create a master. I can clear the bills. So without quitting from the current screen, I can navigate to any report, any voucher, any master in Tally. So that is one of the wonderful keys, that is go to option, that is Alt G. And of course, we have a data exchange is nothing but it goes for the e-way bill. Suppose I'm a licensed user, and data synchronization is only used for a large scale firms. Where we try to synchronize the data when we have a large users for the data. As of now, we don't go for the synchronization much. Then we have the Alt Y. Alt Y actually is the backup, restore, and the data. Now I've told you when installing the Tally software that where is the file stored in your Tally software? It is in the C drive. And in case if you want to change the application path while installing the TallyPrime software, we can do it by selecting the configure option. Yes, we can change the application path by going for C for configure option if you want to change the data path. So how do you take up the backup? See, backup and restore, I will explain you the steps, but since I'm in the same system here, I cannot take the backup and restore the file in the same software, but I'll give you the steps here. What is the backup used is, suppose I want to transfer the company data from one Tally software to the other Tally software. That time normally we take the pen drive or we share it through WhatsApp or share it or whatever it is. But in Tally software, how do we migrate the data, transfer the data? What you can do is, what you can do is Alt Y, it is there. In Alt Y we have the backup option. Select the backup option here and you have the backup screen opened. Now currently your files are stored in C drive. So press enter, you will step down. Now suppose I want to take a backup of KN College, which you're seeing here. So I'll select KN College here by pressing enter. Once I select the file which is required to be taken backup, I will go and select end of list. I'll press end of list, accept, yes. My backup here it will come as override backup file because I cannot take on spot. So but it will get selected, okay, and my backup is done. Now how do I restore the data? Suppose if I have to restore the data, what will I do? I'll go to the Alt Y. I'll go to the restore data. Okay. Yes. So restore means, suppose if you want to restore the file, so which is the path? Suppose you're in the desktop, so you have it select specify path is there or select from the drive is there. So specify path means which drive you have to give, your C drive, D drive, or whichever drive. Or select from the drive means either in the desktop or the C drive, downloads, or documents. So wherever you have stored the files, you have to select that particular drive. Now, right now I'm selecting C drive, and there, see here, I would have had the list of companies which I have taken a backup. And if you observe here, the KN college will come as 6th October C. At what time I took a backup here? 7:18 p.m. It will show me the time also. So I press enter, and once I put up the restore option, I go to the end of list. So as I told, it will not take up the backup and restore in the same software, but this is the way. Okay, so this is how we take up the backup and the restore of the data. Yes. So I hope all of you are clear with the tally discussion which is being held so far. And yes, I would just go back quickly. Yes, so here, as I've told, that all financial reports you're having your balance sheet, profit and loss account, stock summary, ratio analysis. If you want to go to display more reports, you have your trial balance, day book, cash and fund flow analysis, account book statement. Individually, we have been a couple of times, right? We have been to cash or bank book. We have been to all these registers. So here, actually, we are talking about the contra payment receipt is. Suppose I want to view the contra entries, we can view here. So what you can do is you can sit back and you can view the reports individually. Because the basic reports I would show you, we have here the two balance sheet and profit and loss account. So balance sheet I've already shown you. I'll go to the profit and loss account, and here if I press Alt F1, I get a detailed report of the P&L account here. Okay, so here I have got the complete data. So which means what? I start from the ledgers, I pass the journal entries, and ultimately as a user, I get all my reports from the Tally software. Now all of you would agree for this statement, which I made it at the first or the initial classes. Yes? My job is not to prepare a P&L or a balance sheet. I would get it ultimately done in the Tally software, provided I pass the entries and make my ledgers properly. So this is how it goes. So I think here, of course, how do you change the current date? I've told you have to go to F2. If you press F2, you can change the current date 1st of April. See here. And if you press Alt F2, you can change the financial period as well. Okay. And as I've told you that Alt key, I think you have treated everything. Create company and all. Of course, now, of course, I would teach you how to create a Tally Vault password. Okay, so Tally Vault password, I told you that it is case sensitive, and once you create it, in case if you forget it, you cannot retrieve your data back unless you remember the password. Okay, so just carefully listen up. You can go to the Alt K you can go, and you can go to the Tally Vault over here. Select Tally Vault. Now what is the current company name? Now I've given here Tally Professionals MCC. Now here I'll give the password. Type the password. Again, retype the password. So make it as yes. Yes. So now I have to log in through my password now. Yes. So now this is how I have to log in by my company. Every time I have to open the company, I have to log in through the password. So either you can note down the password, otherwise keep it in your remembrance. If you forget, at any chance, you can't retrieve your data. It is not like your Gmail or Yahoo Mail, as I've told you, that any security question is posed. Once you forget, your data is gone forever. You cannot retrieve the data back. Okay, so it is Alt K, Tally Vault, and here, because since I've already given the password, it will show me old password and password. For you, it will show only password. So type the password 2 times, and then your company's password get created. So Tally Vault is it always encrypts your company data. It will provide the confidentiality for your company data. It will raise the security level for your company data. Yes, so I hope the session on Tally was useful for you, more informative, knowledgeable. So my humble request to all of you is whatever you have done so far, please put up the practice on the basis of whatever the recordings or the videos what you receive or for the classes.
Ma'am,
Yes. Hmm.
ma'am, will you send the PDF that you've been presenting for the past classes?
The presentation.
Yes, ma'am, the presentation.
Sure, sure, sure. I'll send it across. Okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So please make sure whatever you have done so far, you have practiced it, you have made it up. Okay. So I hope all of you are have got the complete grip on Tally now, from the start till the end, right? So I hope all of you had a useful session.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much for your
Yes,
cooperation.
ma'am.